Hey there, this is Hash, and once again, here is another fan/student request that you guys wanted me to make. This one is going to be for Highway to Hell. Really cool song, by the way. And once again, thank you so much for all the support that you've been showing me. I do really appreciate it. These lessons do take a while to make, and all I ask for in return is for you guys to check out some of my music. My band's name is called The Hash. You can find me on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, etc. Anyway, so here's a really cool story for all of you in rock and roll history. This song, in particular, is almost a quarter step flat. However, the rest of the album is not in the same tuning. It is actually very inconsistent. And the reason for that is because either A, they slowed the recording down, and back then they did not have the technology to slow a recording down and preserve the tuning, or while recording, somebody was actually out of tune, and what everybody did is they tuned their guitars and bass to the person who was out of tune. Now, if I do get a lot of requests, I will show you how to tune your guitar exactly how it is in that recording, but I don't recommend it because it seems like that was an oversight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to play this in standard tuning, and the good news is you can actually find Highway to Hell online in standard tuning, so if you want to play along, you'll actually be able to find it. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys my A string, and also I do have a more detailed tuning video. If this is too short for you, what I'm about to do, you can skip to that and watch that if you need more time to tune your guitar. If not, here's my A string. Alright, so the good news is this song is really easy to play. Now, we're going to start off with an A major chord. If you don't know your basic chords or your major chords, no need to worry. I do have them on my channel. I do have detailed explanations of them. So here's the basic rhythm for the song. Alright, so let's break this down. Now, I'm going to break this down into 1, 2, and 3. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to count to 3 on each part that I play for this rhythm. So check this out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the first part is an A major chord. And you'll also notice when I play an A major chord, for this song I'm going to actually use my index finger as a bar chord. And normally I would not play an A major as a bar chord. The reason why I'm playing it as a bar chord is because it is easier to transition to the other chords from this bar chord. What we're doing here, I'm playing my A string open, 2nd fret of my D, 2nd fret of my G, 2nd fret of my B string, and I'm not going to play my high E string. So here's what I'm doing. Now, if playing an A major chord as a bar chord is new to you, I would say just practice on it. It's not that difficult. If you have to, you can play it with your index, middle, and ring finger. But it will make it a lot easier to play this song if you can get it down as a bar chord. So let's continue on. Let's play this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to introduce 2 new chords. And in these 2 new chords, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 as well. So here's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. To put it with the first part, so here's what I'm doing in the second part. I'm forming this chord, and that is the second fret of my low E. My A string is actually muted now. Now, if you don't know how to mute your A string, it's really not that difficult. If you just focused on putting your index finger on the second fret of your low E string, and you gently put your finger on your A string, it will actually mute it. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get your low E on the second fret. You're going to get your A string muted. And then we're going to play an open D. We're going to play the second fret of our G string. We're going to play the third fret of our B string. And we're not going to play our high E string. So here's what we got. We're going to play this chord twice. So down, up. To put it together with our A major chord, and then we need our second chord, which is, so it's this right here. So after we play this chord twice, we play this chord. So what we did, we lifted our index finger, and we also lifted our middle finger. We put our middle finger on the third fret of our low E. Once again, mute your A string, we don't want to hear that. Gently put your middle finger on your A string so we don't hear it. D string is going to be open. Now our G string is open. And the third fret is still going to be pushed down on our B string. Once again, we're not going to play our high E, so it's going to sound like this. Once again. To put it together with the chord right before that, with the 1, 2, 3 pattern, and to put it together with the first parts, again, slow, 3 downstrokes, down, up, down, again, so normal speed, again. And in the last part, what I did was, instead of doing, I went. So, to tie it back to the first part, or to make it go back in a circle, what I'm doing is, to put that together, so in the last part, here's what I'm doing. I'm playing our first chord again, which is the second fret of our low E. Our A string is muted, D string is open, second fret of our G string, third fret of our B string, and I play this once. And then we go to our A major chord and we play it twice. So it sounds like this. So to put it together with the entire verse, and I'll play slow. Now, on the last one, during the rhythm, instead of going, you go. And I'll demonstrate what that is. That's the part right before the chorus, and here's how that goes. So that last chord is just an E chord, and that is this. So what that is, it's your low E open, second fret of your A, second fret of your D, it's going to be the first fret of your G, and your B string open. You don't have to play your high E. And there's a little bit of a build up there. You start off by palm muting it. You start getting louder and louder. So once again, here's the last part of the verse. So after that part is the chorus, and here's what that sounds like. Alright, so we start off with our A chord again, our A major chord, and we go. So 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to mute all our strings, and we do that by doing this. So as you can see, I'm not really playing anything. You can actually mute your strings anywhere around the fretboard. I'm just doing it this way to demonstrate it, but you can do it this way too. So the idea is you play your A major chord 3 times, 1, 2, 3, then you mute, and then you play your other chord, which is this. So. You can think of this as a D chord, but we're not going to play our high E string. So you can lift your finger off of your high E string if you want, or you can keep it there, but just don't play your high E string. What we're going to do is we're going to play our A string open, we're going to play our D string open, we're going to play our G string on the 2nd fret, our B string on the 3rd fret. So we're going to be playing this. So it gives it a little bit of a mean sound, so it sounds like this. So 1, 2, 3, mute. Again, 1, 2, 3, mute. And then we're going to go to the 3rd fret of our low E. Once again, mute your A string, our D string open, our G string open. But this time we're going to have the 3rd fret pushed on our B string and our high E string. We're going to get this. So we're going to get this sound collectively. Sounds beautiful. So to put that together, so the strumming pattern is so 1, 2, 3, mute, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, mute, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, mute. And then we're going to have another chord, which is our D chord. This is going to be our actual D chord. We're going to play all the notes here. So to put that together, so slow. All right, so to end the chorus, here's what we do. 1, 2, 3, mute. And that's when we play the D chord without the high E string. So once again, let's play it together. Alright, so now after the second chorus, when we end the second chorus, when we go, we do something slightly different because now we're going to be going into the bridge that's right after the second chorus and right before the solo. Here's what it sounds like. Again, that's the ending of the second chorus, and then we go. And that's all there is to the bridge. So it goes. So as you may have noticed, when I end the second chorus, when I go, at this point I'm doing this chord where I said you don't play your high E string, so you end it. Right after that, you want to actually form a D chord. You want to go. So you go. And then we go to our chord that we were just using, which is the 3rd fret of our low E, A string muted, D open, G open, 3rd fret of our B, and 3rd fret of our E. So to recap, when we end the second chorus, okay, so when we end it on this chord, when the second chorus ends, then we go to our D chord and we go. We do that once, and on the second time we go. And then after that, we go right back into the chorus, and that's when the solo comes in. So let me play the second chorus and the bridge so you know exactly what the timing is like. So that's Highway to Hell, and if you have to watch this video again just to get some of the parts down, feel free to do so. It did take a few times for me to actually understand what chords they're using here, because they're using a slightly different G chord and a slightly different D chord in parts of this song. But if you practice, you'll get it down in no time. So once again, thank you for all the support. Check out some of my music. My band's called The Hash. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Rhapsody, etc. And let me know if you guys have any more requests. And as I get some free time, I'll make some more of these lessons.